Well, young people will probably have no worries about voting for a 20-year-old candidate, but what about older members of the electorate? A young Queenslander is about to find out. Wyatt Roy is 20 and hoping to become our youngest ever MP. Wyatt, good morning to you. Now tell us why.
G'day, Kochie.
Why did you run for pre-selection?
Well, look, mate, I've probably always felt that people feel a little bit excluded from politics, a little bit disenfranchised, and I think that's a fair assessment. You have to have a look at the sort of campaign, particularly the Labor Party are running in this election. It's more about spin, it's not about substance. Julia Gillard talks about moving forward, and I had a bloke from Caboolture come up to me yesterday.
You've learnt very quickly. We're not talking about Julia Gillard. We're going to talk about you here and why you decided to run.
Well, look, Kochie, I had a bloke come up to me yesterday and he said every time someone stuffs something up at work, they say moving forward. And I think that's sort of what politics has become. Yeah. And I always felt a little bit excluded from politics because of the spin and the lack of substance. And I felt, well, it's the easy thing is to sit on the sidelines. The hard thing is to step in the breach and have a go. And that's what I'm doing. And younger people have a vested interest in the future of this country when we're paying back the debt, we're paying back the mistakes. And if we can have a bit more diversity in the parliament, I think that's a good thing.
Look, I reckon it is too, because I sit around the dinner table with my kids who range from 21 to 30, and all they talk about is the old people that are running parliament, who's representing them in terms of their views, particularly on new issues like technology and changes in the community. What would you say to older voters, though, who say, look, you just don't have the life experience to represent your electorate?
Well, look, I'm running for Parliament to represent all people, regardless of their age or their gender or their wealth or their occupation. But if I can do what my Labor opponent hasn't done, if I can get out there and I can be proactive, I can listen to the concerns of all people, then that's a good start. And I haven't seen that from my Labor opponent. And out here, the locals are quite happy to see a politician knock on the door and say g'day and talk about the issues that matter to them. You know, the reality of politics is you can't walk a mile in everybody's shoes, but if I can talk to everybody about their concerns and if I can listen, and too many politicians don't listen and then do something about those concerns, stand up for them, potentially in the parliament or in the media, that's a good start again.
And look, you talk about life experience. You have a mate who's fighting in Afghanistan at the moment. You know, young Australians step up in all sorts of places in the community. Why not politics? Mate, all the very best. And we'll catch up at the end of the campaign to see what you thought of it, whether reality matched the expectation.